Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be signing center A.Q. Shipley to a contract. But before we do that, I have a couple of updates I need to make on videos that are going to be coming out in the next day or two. The first update I need to make has to do with the kicking battle that is currently going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, as of yesterday, my points still would have stood in terms of talking about the kicking battle. I had explained about all the struggles that both kickers had been faced with, them being Elliott Fry and Matt Gay, and I talked about certain things that could be done to potentially correct those problems. Either both those guys get better, one beats out the other, or maybe even looking at some outside help in terms of a free agent signing. However, I'm happy to give an update today, August 24th, that both those kickers made both of their kicks during practice today. So hey, good job for them, although I still think that, one day of practice, my points are still going to stand in that video, so don't mind me, just a quick little update there. The second update I need to make revolves a video talking about some of the injury updates revolving around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how it left 2 open roster spots. Now, I'd speculated into how one of those roster spots could have been filled, and I actually did get it correct, as Spencer Snell has been brought back to the team to help fill in for one of those injuries. The second spot, however, has now been filled in by A.Q. Shipley, who is now going to be joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the backup offensive line. He will be competing for that backup center job. And overall, I'm really happy with this move. He is 34 years old. He's going to be a veteran presence for that backup offensive line. He has been a starter for a long time in his career. I believe he has started over 70 games throughout the course of his NFL career. He's been with the Indianapolis Colts. He's been with the Arizona Cardinals, where Bruce Arians was his head coach for 3 seasons, and he's been on a couple of teams as well. And I think at the very least, he will be a good veteran depth piece addition. And I know a lot of people have been, popping off on social media and whatnot, talking about how he gets pushed around all the time, but hey, he's a nice guy. At least he will be a good presence. If you guys have not seen the Pat McAfee show, the episodes with A.Q. Shipley, I highly recommend you go check those out, because A.Q. Shipley is a really awesome guy in my opinion. I think that he would be an awesome locker room leader. He knows how this offense works for the offensive line, and much like I've been talking about this entire offseason, guys like Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, LaShawn McCoy, A.Q. Shipley, they're coming in either starting roles in the case of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, or maybe backup limited roles in the case of A.Q. Shipley and LaShawn McCoy, but it's all about veteran presence, and it's all about guys who have been to the playoffs, been to championship games, been to Super Bowls, won Super Bowls, whatever it is. A.Q. Shipley, while he hasn't won a Super Bowl, I think did he win with the Colts? He probably didn't win with the Colts. He has still been in the playoffs multiple times with the Arizona Cardinals and with the Indianapolis Colts as well. So the guy knows playoff atmosphere, and that's going to be a big help to this Buccaneers offensive line. Bring in as many guys as you can who know what it's like to be in the playoffs, who knows what it's like to be in a championship game, who knows what it's like to be in a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, and A.Q. Shipley is the next guy on that list. Do I expect him to have a big role on this team if he does make this team? Not necessarily, no. I think that he would just be a pretty capable backup center for this team. But I do think the leadership that he's going to be bringing to that offensive line and being able to help communicate even further what Bruce Arians, what Harold Goodwin, and what some of the other guys are trying to say in this coaching staff, he can help translate that to this offensive line, which is just going to do wonders overall in helping this young offensive line continue to develop in Bruce Arians and Harold Goodwin's system. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty darn happy with this move. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, before signing A.Q. Shipley, had a couple of undrafted guys essentially battling for that backup center job, that being Zach Shackelford, as well as Anthony Fabiano, Nate Trewin. He is no longer on this team, which is unfortunate because I really did enjoy Nate Trewin last season during training camp and during preseason as well. So I was really hoping that he could potentially come back, but it is not the case. He might be on the Rams. I'm not sure. Do not quote me on that. But now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a veteran back there at the backup center position with A.Q. Shipley competing with some of those younger guys. So that should be very exciting to see. Yeah, so overall, pretty darn good move. I appreciate it. I think that it is going to do nothing but good things things. Could AQ Shipley beat out, some of these younger guys? I definitely think he could. I think that this could push one or maybe even two of those younger backup center guys, being Anthony Fabiano and Zach Shackelford, maybe to the practice squad. We'll have to wait and see. But speaking of that practice squad, thank you guys, by the way, for the update of those restrictions being lifted for the practice squad for this upcoming season. It seems like pretty much anybody can be put on the practice squad now, which I'm going to be even more intrigued to see who ends up on that practice squad. I'm honestly probably going to be making an entire video dedicated just to the practice squad because that stuff gets me excited, man. So, yeah, overall, pretty darn happy to have AQ Shipley here. Should be nothing but helpful and a leadership presence for this offensive line and just for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a whole. He knows what Bruce Arians is trying to get done. He knows what Harold Goodwin's trying to get done, and he can help translate that to the offensive line and the rest of the offense, which is going to be great for everybody. It's going to be good for Donovan Smith, Ali Marpet, Ryan Jensen, Alex Kappa, Tristan Wirfs. It's going to be good for, backup guys like Joe Haig, Josh Wells, some of these backup guards, and it's going to be really good for Tom Brady as well. I feel like Tom Brady is going to be asking a lot of questions to AQ Shipley about how this offense works and maybe some of the nuances. And yeah, it's going to be great to see how AQ Shipley can get things done. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm a pretty big fan of this signing. Let me know what you think about this signing down in the comment section below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know your thoughts. But guys, I will see you in the next video or the next live stream. I have a couple of videos coming out here in the next 3 days, so it should be a lot of fun. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.